Welcome back to Cityline, from my kitchen to your home. Do you know that October is Domestic Violence Action Month? And I love that phrase. And with me are two amazing women who are here to talk about this month and what you can do to help eradicate domestic violence. Please join me in welcoming Kelly Robinson, who is the Executive Director of Our Sister's House. Welcome, Kelly. It's so good to see you.
Thank you, Amanda. Thank you for having me. We're excited to be here this month with you all.
I'm excited to have you on. And you brought with you my soul sister. And when I say soul sister, I mean shoe soul sister, Nadia Van Adder from Victim Services. You are a Victim Services Supervisor. And of course, you are with the Nordstroms of One Stop Domestic Violence Care, otherwise known as the Crystal Judson Family Justice Center. Welcome back, Nadia.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
It's great to have you here, both of you. So we have 13 minutes, and it doesn't seem like it's ever enough. So first off, tell us what we are doing for Domestic Violence Action Month. And Kelly, I'd like you to start, and then Nadia, you can jump in after she's done.
Okay, sure. We have started, Our Sister's House has started a podcast. And on that podcast, we film weekly. And for Domestic Violence Action Awareness Month, we are going to highlight the stories of survivors. And we're also going to talk to some of our community partners who have found us during this time and just came and just stepped up and just been real supportive to us.
Beautiful. What would you like to add to that, Nadia?
So we are doing a social media campaign called 31 Days, 31 Ways, which is focusing on actionable steps that folks can take to support survivors and work towards ending domestic violence. And we are also getting self-care bags out to survivors. And these packages were put together by the Pierce County Commission Against Domestic Violence. And this is meant as a way to support the essential process of self-care, which is a tool in the journey to thriving.
Yes, it is. So Kelly, tell us as much as you can about some of the people Our Sister's House is highlighting this month and why you chose to highlight them.
Okay, sure. One of our survivors she's a current pastor. She's a local pastor who is a survivor of domestic violence. We wanted to talk to her so she can share her story and then talk about how domestic violence intersects with religion. We know that is huge in the church. So just hearing her perspective, I think is going to be valuable. And we're also going to talk to a former survivor who was married for a number of years. Her husband was a CEO in a Fortune 500 company. They looked very well to the outside, but she went through a horrible marriage and time with her abuser. So hearing her story and how she overcame it, talk about the things that made her, finally take the steps to leave. So hopefully to encourage and empower others who are listening to want to do the same.
Kelly, I am sitting here with, as my grandmother would say, chill bumps from head to toe.
Yes.
This is straight talk. You have just pulled back the veil. I don't think in the 20 some odd years I've been a journalist that I've ever heard two case studies like this, and especially the one about a pastor being abused in a church.
Yes.
Wow, the bravery and the transparency is just off the hook. Congratulations for inspiring people to come forward and stand in that scary truth.
Yes.
So, Nadia, based upon what Kelly is sharing, how can sharing stories like this be a part of an action?
Well, stories are a really powerful tool, and telling one's story as a survivor can be reaffirming. Stories are also really important because they break down complex, interconnecting, systematic issues in a way that we can clearly identify how they impacted an individual, which allows us to address the larger system and structures. And stories are also vital because when you're just looking at data, you don't see the unique and individual story. Statistics reflect what's happening in the community, but they don't show us the dynamic and complex individuals who deserve and need our thoughtful and meaningful attention. When you hear a story, you're hearing something, you're feeling something, and you're learning something, which is what encourages us to take action, which we need because that's what creates change in our community.
Well said. Kelly, this next question has such a sacred Purple Heart red carpet leading up to it. I feel like our world is waking up in many ways about culture, especially Black Lives Matter. Culture plays a huge part in domestic violence, but I want to hear from you why specifically it's so important for us to understand.
Sure. It's culture, each culture, takes trauma differently. And domestic violence in each culture is accepted and viewed differently. So it's important to have culturally specific services because you need advocates that look like you and can relate to you, can understand where you come from. You take away the biases, you take away the stereotypes. There's a huge culture or fact that's happening in the Black community with the mistrust of law enforcement. So having all those things taken off the table, meeting victims and survivors where they are, it helps, eliminate all those barriers, providing the services that are needed, meeting victims where they are, and, not judging, no misconception, no preconceived misconceptions. We know that Black women are not being protected. So this is all why culturally specific services are important. We need a safe place for us that is created for us, and it's for our clients, for our Black community.
And the time has come. It's past due.
Yes.
Nadia and Kelly, tell us, and Nadia, please go first, and then Kelly, come around and wrap it up. Tell us about the partnership between Our Sister's House and the Justice Center. How did that come about, and what do we need to know about it, Nadia?
So OSH has been one of our founding partners, and we've been partnering with them for over 15 years, since before we were officially opened. They've had a community advocate at the FJC for that time. We partner with them for outreach and training the next generation of advocates in the community. And with that said, Kelly was the one who hired me over 12 years ago to work with victims of crime. And it was that partnership and that hire that really got me started on my advocacy career.
Wow, Kelly. Okay, and the Academy Award for recognizing talent goes to. So, Kelly,
Yes.
Let's talk about your view of the partnership with Family Justice Center.
Sure. Like Nadia said, it's been over 15 years. We are so connected. We've always had at least one advocate co-located at the Family Justice Center. Nadia, Abby, Craig have all been great supporters. We work together through outreach. They support our outreach efforts. Any fundraising efforts that we have, we can always look to the Family Justice Center for when we have toy drives or anytime we're trying to collect items. They're always right there to provide and assist us. So it's been a great relationship. I feel like Nadia and Abby we're like connected like family almost, because they've seen my kids grow up. Now I'm watching Abby's kids grow up, and now Nadia's married or about to be married. So it's just been a great relationship.
You guys have a beautiful sisterhood, and that's what I'm feeling from that. So, question for both of you that's going to tap into these years of expertise and soul that you have brought to these positions in our community. If one person could do one thing to take action this month, what would it be, Nadia?
I think do something that pushes you outside of your comfort zone, right? Because that's what allows us to make change. And it doesn't matter whether it's volunteering or donating money or donating more money than you normally would, reaching out to elected officials, posting stuff on your platform. Whatever you can do it, and just push yourself a little bit farther to kind of take that next step.
Beautiful challenge. Well, what would you say, Kelly, from your point of view?
I agree wholeheartedly with Nadia. Over the past few years, since when we promote Domestic Violence Awareness Month, I have had friends that will wear purple and they will post it on Facebook. They'll get dressed up, when the time when you can get dressed up and go out, and guys wear purple ties and just wearing purple just to promote that awareness, saying that you are clued into what this month means. And we would put those pictures on our social media and just kind of say, hey, this is another way to promote awareness.
I love that. Purple. There we go. Survivor. You got it.
Exactly.
So, Kelly, let's talk about in this COVID bubble, what kind of specific trends in survivors during this time are you seeing?
We have seen a significant uptake in those needing motel stays. We have clients fleeing. We get messages through our website all times of the night where clients are giving a brief synopsis of what's going on, the small window of time when they can, seek help. So we're also having to provide more gift cards for gas, food, supplies, any kind of necessities. All that has seen an uptick during this time.
Yes, and it was one of the conversations that I had with you, Nadia, when you explained to me some of the flyers that you're putting up in the local grocery stores, because some of our survivors are being controlled so heavily in terms of media, in terms of being on a computer and their phone, because we can't leave our houses like we used to. So for you and for both of you, what kind of programming is your organization developing right now to meet this kind of need, Nadia?
So we've pivoted all of our community advocacy to virtual care. And this includes supporting folks filing protection orders remotely. And then we've also been working on trying to get smartphones into the hands of survivors so that they have a safe way to reach out for help.
I love that. And Kelly, in your organization, how are you meeting needs during this time?
We too are working remotely. We have started one-on-one advocacy-based counseling for our clients who support group was, kind of too overwhelming. So now they're able to meet with one of our mental health specialists for some counseling, just for some, debrief, talk about what's going on, how to deal with all the, being quarantined and different things. We too are going to also have a day this month where we're going to be passing out self-care bags. We've been trying to put self-care packs into the hands of all our clients as well. And this month, we also are going to be starting actual therapy, one-on-one therapy for our clients. So we're really excited about that. And it will be culturally specific.
Oh, I love that. So Kelly, for you and for Nadia, my last question is, how can people connect into your programs?
They can reach us on our website at oursistershouse.com. You can go on there where there's a place where you can, if you want to volunteer, if you want to donate, if there's more things you want to learn about our programs, and then there's a way to reach us.
Perfect. And Nadia?
So folks can call our helpline, which is 253-798-4166, or they can also reach us on our website and send us emails and reach us that way. And that's aplaceofhelp.com.
I want to say thank you to both of you. And thank you seems real trivial and very small, given the ministry that you have on your hearts to believe that one day we will not have a domestic violence action month. Thank you for being here 24/7. I know that you at nighttime when your head hits the pillow, you're thinking about the people that you are helping, and you wake up with them also on your heart. So thank you again so much for all that you do. And you are welcome anytime at my kitchen table.
Thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
My pleasure. We have much more to come on Cityline. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Don't go away.